Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the Weekly Warrior Live with learning about who is Archangel Michael today. And my name is Beth Osmer, and we go live here every Tuesday. We were going live on Facebook, but we have now moved over to YouTube, and we go live every Tuesday, hopefully at 8:30 a.m. Pacific. I seem to have an issue every single time I go live on some platform. But we are here to talk about Archangel Michael. So what I would love to do right now before we get started is to go into a meditation and ground, because what I'd like to do is invoke Archangel Michael's energy while I'm talking on this live. And in order to do that, we get to ground and we get to center. So let's do a quick grounding meditation. So if you are on live or if you're watching the replay later, let's go ahead and invite you to close your eyes and drop in. And if it doesn't feel good to close your eyes, just go ahead and bring your eyes to a light gaze. And let's ground. There are multiple planets in retrograde right now, so everything is just intense. So let's ground, and then we can practice invoking his energy, bringing his energy in, Archangel Michael, and then we'll talk about a little bit more about him. Okay, so let's ground. Go ahead and close your eyes or soften your gaze and drop in. Drop into your breath and drop into your body. Drop into your heart. Drop into your core and imagine that you're sitting on a golden boulder of light. And this boulder of light ignites the core crystal. There's a crystalline grid, a core crystal in the middle of the earth, and it ignites that. And right now, it's very, very alive right now. So just feel into it. And then on your next breath, bring up your aura, the energy field around your body, the egg-shaped energy field around your body. Every living thing on the planet has an aura. Plants, animals, bugs, people. Bring up your aura. Aura up, aura up, aura up, nice and strong with a high, just imagine a color of high resonance around your aura. Like a pink or a blue, gold. I always use gold. Sometimes I layer my aura gold, pink, and blue. So it's like whoosh out, nice and strong, but choose a color that feels good to you. And then ignite your star portal, which you can do that by imagining a purple flame. Today it feels like gold wants to be in there, like I'm seeing a purple golden flame. And if you want, because we're talking about Archangel Michael, his color is blue. He shows up with a blue fire, blue energy. You can even add that if you'd like to your flame. And let's open up your star portal so we can connect to the angelic realms. So as you're opening up your star portal with your flame at the top of your head, you just imagine and invite opening up connection to the star realms, the angelic realms, the sun, the moon, the central sun, the other dimensions only of high benevolence and high resonance. And of course, connecting to God, to source, to the divine, to all that is. And just relax your energy. If you're multitasking, take 3 or 4 minutes just to be here. And we're going to drop in by inviting Archangel Michael. and relax. So Archangel Michael, what we know about him is he is the warrior angel. He is one of, what I've been learning is he is one step below Archangel Metatron, and they both work very directly with the divine. So let's practice bringing the energy in before we actually talk about him. So as I mentioned, he shows up often as blue energy or a blue fire. He is often seen representing the south. And in shamanism, often the south represents the earth. So you can even imagine Archangel Michael in the south bringing up this blue fire. You can even imagine blue energy or blue smoke or blue fire in your room that you're in now, with the intention that you're inviting Archangel Michael. Whew. And we want to say thank you. Before we start talking about him, learning a little bit about him, let's say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Archangel Michael is one of the most called on archangels. He is working all the time. Imagine the amount of energy that he has to sustain to do the work he is doing for us humans in the world. So just taking a moment, because we humans, even myself, we kind of forget, we take, right? Oh, Archangel Michael, I need your help. Oh, Archangel Gabriel, I need your help. Oh, right? Let's take a moment. Thank you. Thank you for serving this planet. Thank you for helping us. Thank you for supporting us as we're navigating one of the most challenging times that humans have ever been in, and one of the most exciting and opportunistic and amazing as we have this opportunity to evolve and ascend and wake up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's take a deep breath in. And then release out through your mouth. And when you're ready, opening up your eyes, and let's just talk a little bit about him now that we have his energy in our energy field. He is, as I mentioned, he is the warrior angel. And I just really got into the angels a couple of years ago. I've been working with shamanism for a really long time and working with the plants and animal medicine and other benevolent beings up in the upper realm. But the angels were something that, I don't know. I don't think I was ready for their vibration. If I'm completely honest, they hold an incredibly high vibration, and I had to do some personal work to get there, to even begin feeling into them and beginning to talk about them and bring them into my field. So one of the things I do before I set up shop, meaning like before I do work with clients or before I teach a class or something, I set my space here. And now every time I set my space, I call in the archangels, the six that I call in: Archangel Metatron of the south, Archangel Gabriel of the east, Archangel Uriel of the north, Archangel Raphael of the east. Whoops, I said that. No, sorry, yeah, east, and then Gabriel's of the west, excuse me. Metatron, the upper realms, and Sandalphon of the earth. And I'm not very familiar with Sandalphon yet. But Archangel Michael is the warrior angel. He is probably the most called on angel. He has been by the divine side since the beginning that we know of time. He is the one in the Bible that fought off Lucifer, that fought off Satan, the fallen angel, and held that space, that heavenly space, very well and solid. And he is holding that and has been holding that since that battle. Now, and according to the Bible and according to other things, right, we do live here on earth amongst the dark, amongst Satan, amongst Satan's minions, but we also live amongst the angels and of light and of God. And Archangel Michael is one of those angels that he is so fierce and he is so big and he is such a warrior and he's such a fighter that he is constantly standing for us to wake up, heal us, do your inner work so that we can remember our place and take our place with the divine. He is one of, and this is my experience, one of the purest energies that you can work with. One of the purest energies that you can work with. Many people call on him to cut energy cords, like if someone's cording into you, or if we're responsible, we're cording into someone else, because sometimes it goes both ways, right? Like we're doing it just because we can get victim-y, right? Oh my God, I got all these cords, but it's like, wait, where are you cording in? People can cord into you, but they can only cord into you if subconsciously on some level you're allowing it, or you're not being mindful, or you're taking your eye off the ball of your own energy. So it goes both ways, asking Archangel Michael to cut the energy cords. He is one of those angels that will do that. He can come in a prayer when you're needing that extra support, that extra navigation in life, especially when things are challenging. He is the warrior angel. Now, as we did in the prayer, you always, and I forget to do this too, to be honest, like saying thank you. Saying thank you. Whenever you call on any of these benevolent beings, say thank you. Now, let's talk about the shadow side of working with these energies, just so that we can be incredibly in integrity, and we can be mindful. Now, Archangel Michael is God's right-hand man. He is like the leader angel, one of next to Archangel Metatron, and they are doing the good work. And there are such thing as fallen angels. That is very real. And there are things like that are doing the bidding of the dark, the bidding of Satan. So when you are meditating and when you are calling in the angels, you want to be very, very clear on who you're calling in and who you're talking to. So it's best to, and who you're communicating with and who you're asking to support you. So the best thing to do is to do it in an intentional way, to do it in a way with prayer, a way where you're calling in the divine light. You're calling in the benevolence of it. You're calling in the authenticity of Archangel Michael. So I recently heard this story and I felt it. Like, Doreen Virtue, she did all of those, the angel cards. I used to have some of her cards, but I don't have them anymore because they started to feel weird to me. Like they were awesome at first. And then I was like, I don't know, something has shifted with the energy of these cards and I didn't want anything to do with them. And it turns out that she came out saying that, she was channeling the archangels for years and creating these decks. And then all of a sudden she realized that she had been channeling demons. And I don't know if she was channeling demons the whole time. I actually don't think she was. I think that, I don't know, my theory is that something went awry. I've felt that also with Abraham Hicks. I think she's compromised at this point, but you got to be super careful with these things. Like people, sometimes they start off very, very in integrity and an alignment, and their hearts in this, and they get some fame, they get some success, and sadly, like sometimes these energies, they don't see it coming. So she came out and she was saying that she realized that she was channeling energies, the wrong energies, and so she completely went the opposite direction and went straight back into Christianity, which is what worked for her. So my point in sharing that is that you want to know who you're talking to, being organized, and don't ask for the energies to come into your body. In the shamanic tradition, if people take my classes, once in a while I will teach how to merge with a guide that you have been working with and you know who that guide is. But just to open your energy up, like, come on in, Archangel Michael, just don't, if that's my cautionary tale, you can bring the energy in, bring the fire, bring his presence in, and say a prayer. Once you tune into and you know that energy, it's incredibly high and you will feel it. You will absolutely feel it. So if you're feeling down, depressed, lack of energy, you're needing some extra support, Archangel Michael is the person to call on, is the angel to call on. It's a very safe way to go, especially if you do it with intention and not doing it out of taker and being sloppy, if that makes sense. Oh, hi, Inge. Thank you. I'm reading it. I didn't see all these. Thank you. I think that's it for today as far as what to talk about with Archangel Michael. He's called on with people from all over the world. He is the warrior angel. He fought off Lucifer, and he is here to serve us. He is here to liberate humans. He is here to remind us of our benevolence and our divinity. And that is one thing that we want to remember during this time, that you want to remember. And it's because it's the place that's going to take us to the ascension. And even if you're just having one of those days, just be like Archangel Michael. You can imagine like blue fire around you or blue smoke. It's like bathing you and clearing off your energy. Especially right now, the energies are fairly dense with all of the retrogrades happening, the reversals happening. It's a way to stay in balance, and it's a way to stay connected, being in prayer. Or, I'll give you a quick insight before I go. My daughter has just been she just has weird body stuff sometimes, like nausea, or she got stung by a bee, and of course her hand swells up. But yesterday I sat with Archangel Michael in prayer. I went up to the upper realm. I traveled up, and I have this little crystal cave that I sit in, and I imagine that I'm up there in the angelic realms in this crystal cave. And I called in Archangel Michael, and I called in my daughter's higher self, and just that my prayer was, and I've been feeling very tired lately myself, and my prayer was just please, can you heal us where it is needed, where we are healed, to be healed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I just saw us sitting in blue smoke. And it was like this energy of evaporating away in a gentle way, what wasn't serving us or anything that was in our field. And I tell you, I felt so much better. She felt better yesterday. So something that simple, and you can create it on your own. Imagine going into a crystal cave, or imagine going into an angelic temple that you create in your imagination. Or maybe you draw it out. What would it look like if I was to sit with Archangel Michael? I might sit with him in a temple in the sky, and draw it out, or imagine it in your mind. And ask for the clear, clean energy of him to come into your space to support you. It's divine, and it's there, and he is working so closely with God, and the Christ consciousness is coming in so big right now, and it's so available. So if you're feeling off, and so many people are feeling off, just ask to come back to center. Ask God, ask Archangel Michael, please help me to come back to center. He wants nothing more than us to remember our divinity and to take us away. I'm going to use the word sin from the Bible, right? Sin is just another word for darkness, or being off your energy, or being misguided, lying, cheating, stealing, being manipulative, controlling in a manipulative way, anything like that, right? Anything like that. Just ask to come back. Ask to come back home. Because all that stuff is learned. We're not like that at our core. We're not. We're very light. We're very, very light. So just asking to come back to that and asking to help you remember your soul light. It's really powerful and really beautiful. All right. Have an amazing day. I will see you on here next week. 8:30 a.m. Pacific, live on YouTube. We are working to build this channel, and we're going to keep the private Facebook group going, but we're working to build this channel. So please like and subscribe to my channel, and it will support yes, it just supports in a huge way. So thank you. Much love to you, and play with it today and imagine it. Imagine him being maybe standing in the south somewhere in your space and in your room, and with his nice big giant wings. All right, have a beautiful day.